Bhagavad Gita 8.22 Purushah saparah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantah sthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Here Krishna is explaining how one can attain the supreme destination and the supreme person. Purushah saparaha partha, O partha, O Arjuna. The Purusha sapara, that supreme person Bhaktya labhyas tvananyaya. Labhyas, a person can be attained by bhakti. What kind of bhakti? Ananyaya, which is pure. Then next two lines describe the nature of that person. Yasyantah sthani bhutani. Yasya antah sthani. One within whom all of existence is situated. Yena sarvam idam tatam. And he is within everything. So everything is inside him and he is inside everything. The context here is Krishna in these three verses 8.20 to 22 is talking about the distinction between the material and the spiritual worlds. The material worlds he talked about from 8.17 to 19. Now he's talking about the spiritual world. This is the last verse of that section, and he's stating that the spiritual world is eternal, indestructible, the supreme destination. It is Krishna's supreme abode. These are the points which he made in the previous two verses. And now in this verse, 8.22, he's stating that that abode can be attained by devotion. Now, the paradoxical description that Krishna gives over here. Yasyantah sthani bhutani ena sarvamidam tatam. Yasyantaha, inside him, sthani bhutani, is situated bhutani, all living beings, all of existence. Now, if everything is situated inside him, then he must be huge, colossal. But if he is that way huge, then how do we make sense of the next part? Yena sarvamidam tatam. He pervades everything. That means he is inside everything. Sarvamidam tatam. Sarvam means everything. So normally, if I am inside a house, then the house is not inside me. Because my size is either bigger than the house so that I contain the house, or my size is smaller than the house so that the house contains me. We cannot have it both ways. That's what we would normally think. But then how do we make sense of this? Yasyantah sthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Is it a contradiction? No, it's a paradox. A contradiction refers to two statements that are opposite and that are almost impossible to reconcile. Whereas paradox is the phrasing of two statements together which, though not immediately explainable, are satisfactorily reconcilable. And in fact, reconciliation can deepen our understanding of both. So, the reconciliation here is that Krishna manifests in multiple forms. So, for example, as the Mahavishnu, he is greater than the greatest. emanating from his body. So everything is inside him. But as Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who later on expands as the Antaryami, he is inside everything, inside even the microbes. The microscopic body of the Atma has its Atma present inside somewhere in the body, and next to that Atma is the Paramatma. And Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham, that is present inside the Paramanu. So that means he's present at the highest, biggest level of reality, and he's also present at the smallest level of reality. He pervades all of existence, he sustains it, and he extends beyond it. The Ishopishat also talks about something like this when he says, Tat ejati tannaijati taddure tadvantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasyasya bahayataha. So it says that the first two lines are not so much relevant for us, but the last two lines, tadantarasya sarvasya, that he's inside everything, tadu sarvasyasya bahayataha, and yet he's also outside everything. So one of the keys to understanding the seemingly contradictory descriptions of God's glories is to recognize that he is supreme. That he is supreme means that he also has the capacity to go beyond the limitation of localization that characterizes us. Localization means that if we are present at one locale, at one location, then we are not present at another location. So, for example, if I am present in India, then I cannot be in Australia if devotees want me for a program there. Sometimes we all have the situation where we are needed at different places. A working mother may be needed in the office as a part of the job, and she may be needed at home because there's a family issue, family crisis maybe. So then we feel torn. So we all are vulnerable, susceptible, crippled by, limited by rather, by the problem of localization. Our existence, at least at a physical level, is limited to a particular locale. Now, God is not limited by localization. In fact, one of his defining attributes is omnipresence. That means, far from being localized, he is the opposite. There are yogis who can be present at multiple places at the same time, but they also have limitations. Usually, those yogis have to do all the yogi forms do the same things. In some cases, some yogis with special mystical powers may be able to expand more. The Bhagavatam 9th canto describes how Shobhari Rishi manifested in 50 forms, expanded as 50 Shobharis, and satisfied the 50 princes, and he got satisfaction from those 50 princes who became his wives. Of course, later on, despite having such indulgence, he became dissatisfied and he renounced the world. But the point is that even he could not expand in multiple forms which were all different. There are 50 forms which all look like Shobhari Muni. And what to speak of a presence everywhere. So that is unique to God. God can be present wherever he wants in the universe. At the same time, he is also and such a person who is normally inconceivable to human perception, who is beyond not just perception but also conception. Now, how can we conceive someone who is simultaneously so huge and so small? that person's glory can be appreciated and he can be attained through devotion. When we submit ourselves to him and follow his instructions and strive to love him by the practice of bhakti yoga, then gradually our consciousness expands and we learn to appreciate his glories by his grace. His same omnipotence which we could not understand earlier, now he uses his omnipotence to, to grant us cognizance of his omnipotence. And thus we understand his inconceivability, at least to some extent, by his mercy. Thank you.